You know what's cool? Being alive. But did you know that we couldn't do that without the help of photosynthesis and cellular respiration? You probably do because this is 10th grade biology class, and I'm going to tell you anyways. Every living thing needs energy to live. All living things will either make their own food or eat other organisms to do this. Let's go to the beginning with the organisms that started all and their way of making energy. Autotrophs are organisms that make their own food. This is an autotroph, so is this one too, and so are these.
Am I shot yet? Please tell me I'm shot. This is scary. These are all autotrophs in the woods.
This is a flower. I think you can see that. Let's name him Ubaldo. To make photosynthesis and get his food, Ubaldo needs 3 materials. These materials are sunlight, which he gets through his leaves using the light-attractive chlorophyll in them, water through his roots, and carbon dioxide from the air through his stromata. The first step of photosynthesis is the light-dependent reaction. Light energy goes into the chloroplasts and their thylakoids, meeting up with water molecules. The water molecules are broken apart by the sunlight, creating electrons while releasing some oxygen. These electrons are passed around the plant cell with electron carriers, which creates ATP. The electrons and the ATP are brought to the stroma, where we're about to make our glucose in the process called the Calvin cycle. This is the equation to make glucose. You need 6 molecules of carbon dioxide, 6 molecules of water, and you need light energy. The plant can now finally make its glucose, which it uses for food. However, it's not the only organism that lives on the stuff. That's right. It's time to talk about the other side of the story. If an organism isn't an autotroph, it's a heterotroph. This means they eat other organisms to get their energy. Did you know that this dog is a heterotroph? This fish is also a heterotroph. Michael, are you an autotroph? Michael, are you an autotroph?
I don't even know what that is.
This deer is a shining example of a heterotroph because she needs food to obtain energy. Look how cute she is. Let's call her Flora. Now, Flora needs to eat some plants. With oxygen breathed in from the air and this newly eaten glucose, the process of cellular respiration can now begin. The first part is glycolysis, which takes that glucose and breaks it down into something called pyruvate. This creates electrons and 2 ATP. Then it's time for the Krebs cycle, which breaks down that pyruvate even more. This gives you those electrons again, and another 2 ATP, but also gives off carbon dioxide as a byproduct. Lastly, ETC happens, where oxygen is used to create a huge chain reaction from the electrons, making a ton of ATP. This is the equation for cellular respiration. You need the glucose molecule from earlier, 6 molecules of oxygen, and that makes 6 molecules of water and 6 molecules of carbon dioxide. As well as that, it also gives you ATP, around 34 to 38 to be exact. These processes are very special on their own, but what makes them work is actually each other. As plants release oxygen as a byproduct of photosynthesis, we animals breathe it and exhale the carbon dioxide that they need. This goes to show that cellular respiration and photosynthesis is actually a cycle that relies on the other side of it. We couldn't live without each other. Well, there you have it. That's my review of photosynthesis and cellular respiration. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope I have a good grade.